So for me, there's sort of two main ways to look at this game's PvP and to engage with it. And the first way would be like the ruthlessly efficient kind of thing. Like you just wanna be able to, with the minimum amount of effort, deal the maximum amount of damage without putting yourself at risk. Like the non-gimmicky stuff, like the stuff that's reliable, right, and efficient. And there's another kind of way of looking at this game's fighting where like you wanna go for stuff that just looks like fun, you know, like stuff that it's not necessarily the most efficient. You like, there are better moves, and that's what I call the awe factor, because you're just in awe of whatever the you pulled off on screen. And I think that's not to say, it's not to say that I don't like to use efficient stuff. Not at all. I mean, I want to do damage. When I make my character, it's like the number one priority, right? Maybe the number two priority, depending on the character. That's part of why I do build cosplays on this channel, is because I want to do stuff that looks cool, not just stuff that's good. Holy, look at that! Like, I mean, that's what I mean. You don't need builds that don't do damage, right? You can by all means, if you can one-shot somebody with something, do it. It's fun and it looks cool. But well, in this case, I try to do it with spells, and with a big rotation of spells. Like, in a way, every time I swap a spell or I swap my staff for the left hand or the right hand, when I'm doing like this double seal plus staff setup, I confuse myself so much. I need to fight like the enemies and the spell rotation, because it when you like try to cast a spell with the wrong catalyst, it's even the animation is fucking stupid. It's stupid long, and it's you look dumb, right? So like when I try to play with this, it's purposely, I would say, inefficient, but it looks cool, so I do it anyways, you know. But I also have like the things that are ruthlessly efficient and like super fucking meta in a way. Like whenever I use Vortex of Putrescence, it's like, that's my I want you to die button. That's my, like, I don't want to look cool or anything. I just want to get you off of me, you know. That's my get off of me button. Is like the the Vortex of Putrescence, mostly because a lot of people don't know how to dodge it properly. And the people that do know how to dodge it properly, depending on the latency and stuff like that, they can mess up pretty badly. And they end up taking like 1000 plus damage just because they wanted to jump instead of roll that attack, you know? But yeah, also stuff like Miriam's Vanishing. It's just like dodging with extra style points, with the added utility that whenever you use that spell, anybody that's locked onto you, for the duration that you actually become invisible, they lose track of you, so they unlock and they have to lock onto you again, which can catch, and it does catch people off guard, some people. Another thing that I tend to use a lot is Endear, basically because spells don't have like harpy armor, so you need to have something to withstand trading, right? And you saw it right there with Carrion Slicer. That shit is efficient, brutal, and fast. And anybody that doesn't care to read your attacks at all will get caught by that. But then there's this stuff that I'm trying to do. Madding Spear Hand Strike into the worst spell in the game right now, because they butchered this spell. Like the hitbox died, you know. It used to have a better hitbox where it actually felt more satisfying to play, because it felt like a shotgun, you know. Like the mid to close range was really fucking good, and the close range still deals a lot of damage. That's where you hit with the 3 thorns. So like it excels at close, very very close, and very very far range. So it no longer is a shotgun kind of spell. It's actually like the opposite. Like either you snipe people with it, or you close range impale players with it, but you need to be very close range, otherwise it misses. So I usually proc madness before using it, you know. It also combines well with the Ancient Death Rancor, as you just saw. But all of this to say, the playstyle that I like to engage in, I mean, it's basically what the kids nowadays call, I try to aura farm with wacky spell combos and shit, but it's sometimes it comes to bite you in the ass. Sometimes it's like, in an attempt to do like the flashy shit, you end up doing very dumb shit. And it's hilarious. But yeah, it's like you gotta beware how much you wanna like really set up something that's relatively hard to do and how much you're screwing yourself up because of it. I think this clip is like the demonstration of fucking up for the sake of like pulling a very specific combo. I don't know, it's just how I enjoy to play these games. It's mostly just it's either the cosplaying other wacky characters or trying to do something wacky myself. And in that sense, I don't know how to translate that into like a melee character actually. I would really want to do that because holy shit, this clip is ridiculous. Intelligence users when they think. He doesn't even have FP. Oh my god. Monkey see, monkey do, I guess. But now that monkey can't do, I guess he just dies or whatever. I think I'm gonna try and make a playthrough. Not really with these spells, just a playthrough in general, to see if I come up with some other wacky builds. Man, I remember the glory days of Impenetrable Thorns. It was fucking... It was bad. It was a bad spell. But it was also really fucking fun, because you could just melt people with that shit. You could just fucking rely 100% on that spell and win pretty regularly. That's how busted it was. You didn't have to do any crazy combos or combinations. As long as whoever was playing didn't know like that they could like jump over the hitbox, it was over for them. But anyways, we still have pretty good stuff. Giant's Flame Take Thee, for instance, one of the better spells. Pretty useful, a lot of AoE and big damage. Everything you could ever want from a big fireball. Ancient Death Rancor, of course, being a pressure tool. And yeah, see, even at close range, after the whatever patch where they nerfed it, it no longer one-shots. Which I honestly kind of think it wasn't like that madness into Impenetrable Thorns combo. It's a good reward, one-shotting your opponent for setting it up, especially considering it's a very slow spell, so you're never going to set that up against a gank, for example. It's like almost exclusively like a duel kind of combo. So as long as you get the madness proc and you're right on top of your opponent, you can set up that one-shot combo. To me, it's fair. It sounds fair. And well, you cannot really do that depending on your enemy's defenses now. It used to be the case that it was guaranteed. That's the thing I want you to imagine. It was a guaranteed one-shot. You know what a guaranteed one-shot looks like? It looks like 2000 plus damage, you know? But anyways, what do you guys think about the fashion? I think the character looks great. This I think this is Tholier's armor piece, alongside the Shadow Man militia or whatever, like the shadow version of the militia guys, and the gauntlets from that one boss that's at Shadowkeep that I can't remember the name of. Gaius, I believe, is the name of the boss. Yep, standard fashion. Nothing too outstanding, but I like it. Here is an example of a duel where I'm fighting against a dude that at least has pretty good armor. It has a decent weapon. That weapon is not bad. The Renar 2 is pretty strong. And it's using decent physics. Damage absorption and the health regen when you get low HP. Sort of like the Tears of the Nile, but in Elden Ring. This guy has a decent build, you know. If I can deal damage to this guy, that means this build is damaging, you know. That's already like a good thing that you can have. Of course, he's probably not going to fall for any madness. Well, mainly because that armor is pretty resistant to madness, so no gimmick there. He's not gonna lose his cool just because I use Miriam's Banishing, so I shouldn't use it all of the time. But it seems like the Fias Mist into throwing Impenetrable Thorns kind of catch him off guard, because he couldn't dodge the second one. Also, people don't really take into account that, yeah, they're looking at the Ancient Death Rancor, but if you throw a Fire Coil, that's going to be pretty fast, and it's gonna hurt. So yeah, I just wanted to share that piece of insight with you. It's really just an excuse to talk to you while I show you some Elden Ring invasions. I hope you guys liked the video. Oh, by the way, the build is like a 80/80 intelligence and faith build. You can figure it. I've shown it plenty of times, and you can figure it out. It's pretty standard, I think. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and well, Great Soul out. Bye.